Hey everyone, it's Drew from TheDrewsperience, and we're back. We got an in-person podcast. Let's get it on the camera here. We got it. Look who I got with me today. It's the one, it's the only, Justin Mancini. Welcome back.
Yes,
after a long time.
it's been a long time, eh? It's been a long time, Drew.
God,
Nice seeing you again, brother. Beautiful apartment. Happy to be here with my boy, and we're going to talk some Montreal martial arts, huh? And everything else. That's it.
Exactly, man. What's up with you? It's been a while. Last time you were on was 2021 when everything was going downhill in the world. And it was on Zoom, but now we get to finally do the
in person. We get to hang out, talk at the apartment, having a good time. My brother here, that's it. It's good. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's doing good. It's really good to do these in-person ones.
Of course.
You want to step it up. You want to show like the other side of martial arts.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So it's good.
Montreal martial arts, world martial arts. So how was the Gold Cup yesterday? Was it a good tournament?
Yeah.
It was a good turnout?
It was an amazing turnout. First of all, I just want to say a huge thank you to Xian-Pierre Catafort and Xian-Dominic Ohan. It was the Nakamura Ohan Gold Cup.
Yeah.
Successful from top to finish. When I got there, they really... The thing about the Gold Cup, I want to say, is it's about organizing. It's about structure and organizing.
Exactly.
They take care of you.
Yeah.
They will. I want to thank the Ohan family for an amazing job. Sensei Venus D. Genova was such a good. Our senpai Sebastian Joubert, they were really like in sync together, organizing. They made sure I had my gold, like I had like a gold bracelet.
Of course, for the
that
Gold
way
Cup.
I could go in there.
Yeah.
Xian Dominic's daughter Emma and son Noah, amazing kids. They were raised by an amazing father and his lovely wife too, who was really impressed with everything I've done. And she was like asking about me, we made small talk.
Nice.
Just great, man. Just overall great day for coming together. And to every single supporter that I saw from the show, remember, I will never ever say I have fans, because if I say I have a fan, it puts me above them. No, they're equal with me, Justin.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
That's why you're good. So Dominic Ohan's a great guy. I know Xian Dominic 25 years, like a brother to me. Xian-Pierre Catafort, of course, great guys. And I saw the show was great. Unfortunately, I live in Vaudreuil. Sorry, Xian, I couldn't make the tournament yesterday. First time I missed it in 25 years, but they closed the bridge, so wasn't able to be there. But I saw the fights, and everything's always great. I mean, I competed in that tournament probably 12, 13 years in a row, so... I love it, man. Always good. Good to have it back, and no more COVID, and we can fight again and interact, and that's the way, man.
Yeah, it was really amazing, the first one, because it was like I did the last tournament I did was in February. It was only a Nakamura one, just the first one of 2024.
Yeah.
So I really had to step my game up this year, and I took a ton of photos.
I saw you saw a lot of photos, videos, interviews. That's why Drew is the best, man. My brother here. That's why Drew's the best. I saw the videos. I saw the pictures. I love all that. I like the fact that you interview all the fighters after that. See, when I was fighting, we didn't really have much of that, and now it's good to have that. So as soon as they come out of the tatami, they say us, they bow out, they come out, and you interview them all right away. I like that a lot. Shout out to Carlos and a lot of the fighters there, Tristan and a few of the guys that I saw, a lot of my brothers and stuff I've known for years. So great, man, I'm happy.
It was very important to do that because I wanted to bring something different, because when these tournaments happen, we don't put enough, we really kind of idolize the Kumite elite fighters. But, I want to give them, because I was in Japan, as you know, and you can ask me about that. I'm sure you have questions about that.
Yeah, of course, I want to hear about that,
when I was there in Japan, the way Nakamura did the tournament, the friendship tournament of December in Japan, they really brought that K1 Pride FC with their opening ceremony, which I will post, by the way, if you guys ever want to see from my perspective. But, these fighters, they sacrifice so much. They put so much in their training. And yet, yes, they got to go us and all that, but they have personalities.
Of course.
I'm trying to show with Kyokushin, there's personalities. Yes, you have to keep the traditions. Yes, you have to respect the rules. But, look what I'm doing. There's a reason why I wear Ken Masters from Street Fighter. Yes, we all love Ryu, but we want to have that pizzazz. We want that personality.
Charisma.
The charisma.
We
want to show I am the Dennis Rodman. I'm not black. Kyokushin, because you got to show that that you're unique. You have to push the envelope, as Xian Dominic said yesterday. Keep pushing that envelope, even if it's just a little bit of content. You have to show it, and I do believe. I can be something of, I'll never say I'm an influencer, but I'll just say a content creator. Just someone who helps grow Kyokushin. We need to take it into the 21st century.
Like there's kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, but Kyokushin is like, my foundation too. I've been doing Kyokushin Karate for 25, 30 years. I competed for 20 years all around the world, and it's like it's always MMA, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, you know, jiu-jitsu. But Kyokushin is my foundation, the base. And now, and thank you to bring it all and make a podcast and put it together like this and go to dojo and make this Drewsperience a great podcast. And it's an honor to be here, brother. I'm very happy.
Very humbled by coming out from you, because, you know, I started the Drewsperience as, like, I'll be honest, I was only going to do it. When I started this podcast, I had another one, you know, we don't talk about that one. It's audio only, it's buried deep, but it helped give birth to the Drewsperience.
Of course, yeah.
And I think, you know, at first I wanted to get onto MMA. Obviously, I wanted to talk to, like, my fighters that got me into combat sports, which are, like, George St. Pierre, Robbie Lawler, John Bones Jones, Gegard Mousasi, and Stephen Wonder. I think I said Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys, it's Sunday, but moral is, those are the guys, like, I wanted to talk to. It's like, all right, then I'll just pack it in and be like, whatever. But then I had to remember, you know, I come from a Kyokushin background. I think, and I said, recognize something's missing. No one does what I do. Like, they only dream of, like, talking to those guys.
Of course.
And the biggest thing for me, you know, I've spoken to many guests. I'm thankful for every single guest that's taken the time on. The most important episode to me, in my opinion, well, not that's very subjective, but among the most,
of course,
was when I hosted Sensei Iwerton Teixeira.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was his first English interview he ever did. No one's ever spoken with Iwerton unless you were in back in the day IKO Matsui. And, you know, Mohammed Chick, you know, hooked that interview up.
Amazing,
And he was on my, I mean, I'm going to swear a little bit here. We're not going to swear too much. You got to keep it respectful. But he was on my ass telling me, don't screw this up. Don't screw it up. Like, he's like, you better send me your questions, because I'm going to tell you what you need to say. It went very successful. I was still very starstruck, because Iwerton is such like a legend.
Of course, a legend.
That's when I knew then and there, I can take this to the next level.
Of course, exactly. Let's shout out Mohammed Sheikh, of course, a big Montreal legend, and one of my brothers for, I don't know, 15, 20 years. Mo, we love you, and you brought us together years ago, and it's great. And a big shout out to Mo in Japan. So tell me about this Japan, you know. Mo is a beast, man. He's definitely heavyweight champion of Canada. He's one of my brothers, and amazing, amazing. How was Japan? Japan was good.
God, okay. So this is how we're gonna do it. This is gonna be a very. I'm gonna break it down.
Let's break it down in 3 days to 2 minutes.
It's gonna be tough, but okay. So so Mohammed, for those who know, came back to karate last May with Shian Pierre California.
Exactly.
He hadn't fought in 5 years. In July or August, when I booked my flight to go to Japan, because after my mother passed away, it was her wish that I go to Japan, and you know, she's like, you're only gonna go when she's like, I've graduated. Her way of saying I'm dying. But anyway, that's, you know, sorry guys. Thank you. Yeah, no, she's a lovely woman. One of the reasons, like, you know, she really believed in me with my content game, and you know, she's
look what you created, you know, so she's watching you, and this is great, man. Good for you.
Her and my dad, but more her.
They're watching you, they're proud of you, man.
Yeah, no, she really helped us. So anyways, we go to Japan, but Mo comes back to karate, as you know. Shian Pierre asks him, hey, do you think you can compete in December? And we all know the last time Mo fought at the Gold Cup, he just wiped it clean in 2018.
Everybody,
So Mo said but we had an agreement, all three of us. We're not going to talk about it. We don't want to put pressure on him. So the day Mo came to the airport, people started posting like, "Oh, good luck to Mo in Japan." And that was like, okay, because he needed to focus. So not only that, so we get to Japan, and I gotta say, like, listen, guys, I've traveled to a lot of countries in my life. I've been to, not a lot. I've had my chance.
Of course.
I mean, those, you know, I like joking about religion because, you know, I'm Jewish, but I'm not typical Jew. I've been to Israel 4 times. And, you know, when you go to Israel, all the Jews are like, oh, Baruch Hashem, they kiss the ground, like, they take photos. I've been to David Ben Gurion Airport. Listen, that's nice, but nothing beats when you get off in Japan and they see you with the tracksuit, and they start saluting you.
Exactly.
Take a photo with you. And then they start taking, and then they see Mohammed, they go, he tall. And then they start talking to him, and, you know, it's crazy. So there's that. It was a different world. It was like, I felt like I was in a movie.
Amazing, good.
It felt like Rocky IV, Bloodsport.
And Mohammed's like a big star there. He's been there, you know, he's been competing there several times, many times, and he's a big star over there, Mo.
Yeah, so then we did the training at the Honbu.
Yeah, of course. How was the training? It was good?
Very structured.
Structured, Kion, Kata.
Oh my, everything,
bag work, technique.
It was just more to get ready for the tournament.
Exactly.
And then we did the weigh-in.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Nakamura organization, first-class organization, I'm so privileged and thankful that I'm in an amazing organization. Look, all organizations are amazing, but let's be honest, we're one Kyokushin. We're not going to go into that, but anyways. But the point is, we get the training done, and then, you know, we start seeing, like, the teams like Team Germany's coming in. Team USA is coming
in. And you start sizing people out, and they start coming in.
It gets better. The minute we saw Team Chechnya. Sensei Lechi Kurbanov and Akhmat.
And you walked in.
We knew this was going to be a special tournament. So when we get to the tournament, if the day of the tournament felt like a movie. Like we were like, it felt like a mix of Karate Kid, Bloodsport, Rocky IV. So Xian Pierre on the bus, we were all locked in. We took a group selfie to show how united we were. And, you know, then Pierre pulls Mo, Sebastian, and Xian Pierre pulls Mo, Sensei Karin, and Sensei Sebastian and Chad, Senpai Chad goes, guys.
Hey, Sebastian Cass, shout out to Sebastian Cass also.
Goat coach.
My brother, goat coach. Hey, we fought maybe 10 years ago there. He's always a good fighter, crazy high kicks, and big shout out to Sebastian Cass. I love you, bro, and hopefully see you soon. Hey.
One of the best senseis in the game in Boucherville. I will trust any person, especially those who have kids with special needs. Put them with Sensei Sebastian. And he will teach them fundamentals and values you'll never believe.
Great guy, and a big shout out. Good coach, amazing fighter, good sensei. Respect, brother.
So Pierre pulls him aside. He goes, guys, today, have fun, but remember, destruction.
Exactly,
And the way he said it was like, it sends chills down my spine.
Of course, of course.
So we get there, we see everyone, and then when Mo said, then Mo promised me, he goes, listen, he goes, I'm going to try to introduce you to Lechi, but let me do it. So then I see the Akhmat team, and they introduce each other to me. And when I met Lechi, listen,
Lechi Kurbanov is a legend. He's Lechi Kurbanov is an absolute legend, the best in the game. He's a legend for years and years and years, and it's amazing. He's the Wayne Gretzky of Kyokushin. He's he's the best, the absolute best.
Pretty much, So then also we saw Gerard Gerdeau from the Dutch team. That was interesting because I wanted to get him on my show for a while.
Of course.
So that was funny. So shout out to Taco-san, that's one of their guys, and Lotte, who fought as well. So I see him and I'm like, it's like Kamagawa Dojo. I was like, oh my god, that's Kancho Gerard Gerdeau's dojo. They're here.
Wow.
And then I go up to them, I go, hi, I'm like Kaicho Gerard. He goes, yeah, the most humble down-to-earth guy.
Very humble.
They were a very down-to-earth team. I will be going to the Netherlands in 2025. It's in the plans. And I will be going to their dojo because they were so nice to me. So took a picture with me, as you saw.
One Kyokushin, one family. I love that, of course.
And Gerard was such a legend. I asked him about, what happened to the toe of Taylor Tooley. That you can't, the tooth of Taylor Tooley. He goes, I have to give it to the UFC Hall of Fame. You're not missing a beat. The guy was just so humble, very down to earth, very salt of the earth guy. I'm extremely thankful. He took 30 minutes of his day to talk to me. He didn't have to, of course. But then the tournament was amazing. So to get to the tournament, so everyone was like, we knew we were gonna have fun, but of course, so then when Mo does his first fight. Obviously, I was like...
Mo fought a Japanese or Polish first?
Two Japanese or Polish, and then Lechi
Kurbanov's guy.
So the first fight against the Japanese was pretty good, and obviously Mohammed, in the past, he goes to Japan, he's done well, but there was always that struggle with the jet lag, but when
because you guys, you flew in, and then when did you guys fight?
It was 5 days after we flew in, so it's really not that much.
It's not that much. You need time for the air. You need a good 7-8 days.
Yeah,
but Mohammed Sheikh is the absolute best of the best. I mean, he knows exactly what to do. And Ushimata is inside back low kick, hard punch, good knees, back kick.
Thing with Mo,
best in the game. Best. Mo, I love you, man. Best in the game. That's it.
So he fought the first Japanese guy that was pretty tough, but because the Japanese, they want to show their best, but Mo really just dismantled him, put the pressure on.
Pressure going forward.
Yeah.
Push him at soccer, kick back leg. Punch.
It was more forward punch.
Yeah.
He got a kick in or two, but it was really more the pressure and the punch that really won the first fight.
The pressure.
The second fight, he fought a taller Japanese. So it was kind of different, but the guy was very wiry, so it was a bit difficult because Mo had to really know what to do, but it was still a very good fight. Like he won. The Polish guy that he fought was one of this is where we got very nervous because we all knew that Mo had a bruised foot.
Of course,
and
from first two fights.
I think it might have been from the second fight, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I know the foot was bruised because Sensei Joanne Fournier. Shout out to Sensei Joe.
Hey, Joe.
So Joe was like,
"How are you, Joe? Good. Nice to. Always big shout out and." She's awesome, John. She's Carlos's sensei. Yeah, okay. I know you a long time, and shout out to you and the dojo too. Good people, very good people.
So like Joe, Sensei Joanne comes up to me. She goes, "Mo hurt his foot," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?" And then she's like, "Yeah." She goes, "It's bruised. He's managing, but she's like, he's got to be careful." Yeah. So obviously, me, and I just want to give a huge shout out to Xian Pierre and Sensei Seb because I was not allowed to be in the training room.
Oh no.
But they were like, "Oh, he's one of them," and it kind of helped because Mo's my adopted brother here.
Exactly.
And, my late mother Marlene, God rest her soul from above, said, "Mohammed is my adopted son. He's your brother, and he's going to be the example you need in your life to guide you." Yeah. So that's why I'm like this with Mo. So I just wanted to tell you how close I am.
And he's the absolute best of the best. You can't get better than Mo.
No, and it's like, and that's the thing. Like, so, like, anyways, like, so I went down to the training room, and I think it's very important to know, people know this. Like, I was not only like. I like to joke around saying, I'm Mo's manager.
Yeah, of course.
Like everyone says, because people message me about him. It's like, guys, I'm just his friend. But I'm just joking. This is a joke. But anyways, so Xian Pierre said, like, because Xian Pierre knew that I used to play deck hockey.
Of course,
and manage a team and coach a team.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to my boys, Jonathan, Matt, David Pizzi, Michael Astoria, David Santo, Joe Diuz, Stephen Lapiani, many others that I played hockey. Jordan Mancini, I'm very thankful that I got you guys helped me become a good coach and manager. Because what I use those skills to manage Mo's food, his water, Senpai Chad's stuff. Okay. So Jean-Pierre's like, he's like, you're really good at this. Where'd you do it? I said, I used to coach and manage a deck hockey.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So he's like, oh wow. He's like, so I put that skill to use. So when I was checking on Mo a lot, every time he won, and when he won his fights, I went down. I said, stay calm.
Of course.
You got this. I go like, because remember, I go one step at a time, one fight at a
time.
Fight
by fight. Don't look at 3 fights ahead.
Yeah.
It's always fight. In Kyokushin, it's like. Sometimes other like MMA, you know who you're fighting, so you train for that opponent for 3 months. Kyokushin, you get to the tournament, you're 10 guys in your division, you don't know who it's going to be.
Exactly.
Who you getting first? Who you getting second? You can't think of 4 or 5 fights. No. It's fight by fight by fight by fight. That's the way to go. And Mo's very, very good at that.
I think it's a big difference because now he's now under Xian Pierre Cataford. And Pierre really gave him a very good, let him do his thing. Did not try to have him overly warm up.
Of course.
Said, look, keep it simple. Yeah. Very good. Sebastian was an amazing coach. It was amazing to see because Mo and Sebastian fought each other.
They fought each other years ago.
But there's kind of like that. I wouldn't say rivalry, but they were. It was always like they were competing of who could be better.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was really nice to see. Those two come together. Whereas now
as a team, like brotherhood,
It's a big brotherhood, and I got to be a part of it. So basically, Mo is Michael Jordan, Sebastian is Scottie Pippen, and I'm Dennis Rodman. I'm the odd one. But I'm kidding, guys. But no, I just had to use that analogy because that's what it felt like.
Of course,
And it was basically.
And now you guys all come together and you go fight, together as a team, one family.
Exactly. So anyways, Mo fought the Polish guy, and this is where everyone was nervous because we could tell the foot was getting. It was very.
It was swollen the foot on top of the foot, I guess.
It wasn't swelling yet, but it was getting there. And Mo knew, if Mo lost to the Polish guy, he would only place. He could only fight for 3rd place or 4th.
Okay, exactly.
But if he beat the Polish guy, it's a trip in the final.
Trip in the final, exactly.
So the Polish guy was very sneaky, and I gotta say, the team Poland. There's so many Polish dojos.
Yeah, I fought Poland before.
This is not a Nakamura Poland dojo. It's a different one. But they're friends with Xian Piotr Stowicki, so Piotr brought them down. the guy, their coach was very good. The guy that he fought, Powell, if I'm not mistaken, his name was, had very sneaky low kicks.
Okay,
He was very sneaky. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I'm saying that very complimentary.
Yeah, trick, trick.
Very good.
Yeah.
And he was tricking Mo a few times.
Oh,
and
like that.
And at one point, Mo got him in like I think it was not the throat.
With the Gakko over right here. That's
and the guy was like, so I think he thought he was going to maybe get a warning or like get some time out, but the coach saw and he was like, no, it's a good technique. And even Pierre was there and Pierre was like, oh, it's a good technique.
Exactly.
So then after that, like Mo realized, okay, he goes, and it's like, we were like, yeah, I'm going to swear here. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. I
was like, fuck. It's like this, I'm like, this mofo will, I'm like, fuck, this guy just won't go away.
Exactly,
He just keeps coming.
Go.
And then at one point, Mo just tuned out everything, we tuned out everything, and Mo starts going like boom, boom, punch, Ushimata, he's a Gary, and then really it went to an extension, and then Mo just put so much pressure on him. But in a sense, that was kind of Mo's final, because that's when the foot really started to like, because then it was a final against Lechi Kurbanov's guy, and you couldn't have scripted any better. I don't know what kind of gods were with us that day, but this was such a memorable tournament, so to have a final of Pierre Catafor against Sensei Lechi Kurbanov's team.
Two top students, two best of the best of the best. The fight was back and forth and two amazing.
It was so amazing. And you know, listen, anyone that says, oh, Mo could have, you know what? I'm going to say this. Shut your mouth. You do not know what went on, what he put himself through. And in my opinion, you know who won that day? All of Kyokushin. He won second place. But you know why we all won? Because then Team Ahmed and Team Canada came together. And it showed the camaraderie and the solidarity. And at the end of the day, that's what who really won.
Of course.
The trophies are just material. The experience and coming together after. And it was so beautiful when I saw. Shout out to Ibrahim Muslev, who won first place at the tournament. Standout guy, so humble.
Humble guy.
Example of what a champion is. He's basically Mohammed's, I could say, Chechen cousin.
Oh, yeah, like
they have the same personality.
Same style, same...
Not the same style.
He's more flashy, he's a bit like a...
You know, I gotta say, it's like watching him fight. It's like watching Shavkat Rakhmonov in the UFC.
Oh,
and he's got that, like, cat-like... Very, it's quick. He's
quick,
so quick.
Good timing. Timing is quick.
It's so good. It was like, so it was very beautiful to see like my team and all the other dojos in Canada go up to him and say, hey, thank you, congratulations.
Good.
And it was nice.
All respect always.
That's what wins in the end. Like it's not war. We're not soldiers. We're not professional fighters. We're amateur fighters that came here for an experience.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, in my opinion, like to be off 5 years, come back with only a half training camp for Japan. That's some John Jones stuff. That's some John Jones level comeback versus Cyril Gane. Many questions were answered that day. A lot of questions had, the questions kind of been like, where's Mo's mindset? How is he doing? The last time he was in Japan, he lost to Antonio Tussaud.
From France, right?
And even though that loss, it happened then, it aged so well because Tussaud finished like 4th in the world against some of the best in his organization.
Of course,
So I gotta say, a lot of questions were answered that day. I think,
but Mo is just so good. His mindset is very good. He grew up doing this. He's very, very humble. Doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs, doesn't party. He's very, very, very serious, Mo. So, good, amazing mindset. Mo is one of the best, and the best example. And he's a great coach and everything else. He's got a good, solid mindset.
So it was really amazing. After that, we got it, and then I had to be his trophy holder. So I had another job other than being like his
the trophies are big. I see big trophies.
I had to take that. I'm very thankful. So thank you, Xian, Pierre, and Mo for allowing me to be his trophy holder. So we get on the bus. He comes on the bus. And then I bring the trophy on. I'm like,
Everybody's screaming.
Amazing. I love
So good for you guys. We're gone, 10 days, I guess?
10 days. It was
10 days.
And then we did the sayonara party. And then
the sayonara party, nice party. It was fun. It was nice.
I'm not going to talk about what happened there, or maybe off the record, because what happens in Japan stays in Japan.
Okay, we'll leave it like that.
We'll leave it like that. But man, it was really cool. The trip was such a good trip. I needed a good reset.
Amazing. Good for you.
Amazing people.
Good.
A lot of people.
You meet a lifetime friendship, and it's family, so it's good. Kyokushin, anywhere you go in the world, you just, no matter where you go, it's always one family, dojo, welcome, you go to the gym, everything's, we walk in, everything's free, it's perfect, one family.
The most humbling thing was when I met the team Iran because I am second generation Iranian. My dad was born in Tehran, Iran, came to Canada in the 1960s.
Yeah.
And when I told the team Iran, shout out to Sensei Najme Mahmoudi and her sister Sadaf, they said, no, next time we see you in Japan, we're going to gift you a Team Iran tracksuit.
Oh, nice, good.
It was a very beautiful gift because I think we need to show no matter what happens in the world, under Kyokushin, we're all one, no matter the religion, no matter the language.
Exactly, it's all one Kyokushin.
We're all one. And I believe it is my duty. Yes, I am born Jewish, but I am not brought up Jewish. I'm an internationalist. I need to show, as an example, we are all one, and to get a tracksuit from them.
Exactly.
My goal is to get tracksuits from the different countries.
Exactly.
Sweaters from the different dojos.
Showcase, switch yours, you switch, and like represent Kyokushin around the world, one family.
Yeah, I mean, I have like a merch line launching soon. Details to come soon. Shh, sneak peek for now, just so you guys need to know for Drewsperience.
Oh, nice.
So
Good for you. Good for you.
And yeah, it was really beautiful, like to get that, and because I'm very, very proud of my Iran heritage.
Of course,
especially what they've done in Kyokushin wrestling.
Exactly, amazing.
And also I mean, they're the toughest people.
Yeah, toughest. Yeah. So my brother grew up wrestling. James. Shout out to my brother Jamie Boom Boom Mancini doing his thing always. My brother, I grew up in karate and he grew up in wrestling. And always tough fights with the Iran. The Iranians are some of the toughest in wrestling, Kyokushin. So big shout out. I remember my brother had some wars with the Iranians over the years and years in professional wrestling, and very, very, very tough. Everything they do is tough. So
it's a very tough country. They come from a very tough way of life, but very nice people. Exactly. They are so nice. Even if the one even though if some of them didn't speak English, I really want to thank Najme for being my translator.
Exactly. Okay, nice.
I know they want me to learn Farsi, guys. I have a lot on my plate I want to do, but I'm trying.
Good. You're doing great, man. You're doing great.
I use Google Translate to type to them.
Oh, good. You're doing great. Good for you, man. You're doing good.
I love it. I'm very thankful. I'm thankful that I got to do this trip, and it really helped because some came up to me. They go, you're the guy that does the podcast, the Drewsperience. I go, yeah. They're like, please keep it going.
Exactly.
You can't.
Because there's nothing else. You brought something to Montreal, to the world. Kyokushin podcast, a martial art podcast. We love what you do, man. Keep it up. Honestly, bro, amazing. We love it. Yeah.
And then I gotta do it. I have a purpose. I have my purpose. And look, I was down and out for a bit. I'm very open about my struggles with mental. It's been a very dark place last year with battling my mother, grieving my mother's death. Other issues too that stemmed from unresolved issues with my dad's death. I had some addiction issues. I had I was very impulsive. I was just not in a good frame of mind. When I look at my other podcasts, I felt like I wasn't giving my all. I felt like it wasn't all there, and I cannot, and I don't like half-assing stuff.
Exactly.
It's either I'm all in or I'm not into it at all.
Yeah, mental health is very, very big. So maybe 3-4 years ago, me and a nice team over the pandemic, we started a mental health website. I told you we have a mental health website. It's like a platform. So it's www.lgbtqandall.com. It's a mental health platform, and we have therapists, doctors, counselors, gyms, trainers listed on our site. Work together. We have a call center we started. So mental health is very serious, and I work with a big mental health company for many years. So I'm happy you're able to overcome it and stuff, and we can work together and stuff. And, we'll bring my company with your company, TheDrewsperience, and my website, and we'll do a nice collaboration and work together. That's it. Slowly.
I know you're excited, but no, I've been in therapy for about a year now. I see my therapist once a month.
Okay.
If you don't have anything up here, if you don't have health up here, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter how fit you are. No. If you're not staying up here. If you're not healthy up here, everything else is out the window.
Mental health is very, very serious. So it's good you get help for that, and it's good you see your therapist. Therapists are very serious, and they'll help you guide you the way you have to go.
It's helped a lot.
I'm very happy for you. It's good, very good for you.
That's where I felt like I had to really come back. When I came back, I said, okay, how am I gonna take the show to the next level? And yes, I like doing MMA. But when I was looking over the data in Japan with Mo and Jean Pierre, they're like, you should maybe focus mainly on Kyokushin. Now, if it's MMA, if it's an amateur here and there, okay, perfect. But if it's a big name and another, like you say, Bellator, PFL, but it's got to be a big name.
Exactly.
And it's like, but or not, you should focus on Kyokushin.
Exactly.
Those are the ones that are going to always keep coming.
Of course, and come.
So with that, I would like to make the announcement with Sensei Justin Mancini. The Drewsperience is the #1 Kyokushin podcast in your ears. I will do my best to serve a lot of people have asked if I'm going to come back to competing.
Yeah.
I want to make the announcement too. I am retired. I felt my competing days from 2017 to 2019 where it was good.
Yeah, you did it. You did your thing. You did great, man. And it's good. You know, good for you.
2/3, 1 second.
Good for you. Yeah, good for you.
And I am better served to build Kyokushin through the podcast and the content. Let Mohammed be a champion of
Exactly.
I will be a champion of content.
Exactly. And you always train. You always help. You know, as long as you always train and keep training, you spar in the dojo. You have a good time. You have a great Shan. You have a, Pierre Catafor is one of the best.
Yes.
You have Mohammed, who's my brother, who's the best of the best. You got a solid team there, so really good.
It was really good, and as I said, but listen, I mean, maybe one day I'll come back.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm retired. And
well, look, Jose Aldo's making his comeback. You see that?
Yeah.
Jose Aldo, we just saw.
What to think about that?
I don't know. Yeah, I just saw that this morning.
Yeah, I mean, but it's got to be the right opportunity.
Exactly, of course.
But right now, as I said, I'm going to continue building content.
Good for you. Good.
That man, I mean.
And you build the fighters up, build them up, and pump them up. Again, like the interview you did with the fighters as they come off.
I want to know what your thoughts are on that. Tell me what your thoughts are, because it's something new I'm trying.
Exactly, I love that.
The ultimate goal is when I go back to Japan. I mean, I would love to do that style of interview, but I'm going to do it in the tournament.
I really like that. So I competed in kickboxing, I competed in karate, Muay Thai, I competed in jiu-jitsu, all different kinds of martial arts. I did a lot of commentating for professional fights at the casino. I was working with Victor Terrio, Jean-Yves Terrio. So shout out to Victor Terrio, Jean-Yves Terrio, the Montreal Casino. I was doing the commentating for the fights and the kickboxing fights. So that's what I love about what you did. As the fighters would come off, there was Michael Johnson, a few fighters, a lot of good friends of mine that fought. We spar together. There's Francis Presso there, Frank Presso.
Yeah, past guest, man. Shout out to Sensei Frank.
Sensei Frank, I love you, brother. I love what you're doing, man. He's got a big dojo in Mascouche. Great spirit. Killing it, bro. Big respect to you. I talk about you all the time.
He was my first guest when I came back, and I'm so happy. He was the dance partner I needed to give me that. All right, let's get going.
Sensei Frank, man. Big shout out to you. Big respect to you, Kyokushin, and everything. So so what you're doing is great. I mean, so I was interviewing the fighters. So the kickboxers would fight, they come out all sweaty, and then I give an interview. But Kyokushin, we never really had that. So what you're bringing is amazing. I love that, So I fought maybe 1,000 times and knocked down, and it only happened to me twice. So when I saw that, I had goosebumps. It's great what you're doing. As soon as the fighters come off, it shows them, respect, and they can talk about their fights in MMA or kickboxing. So I like that a lot. Really, really good. Yeah.
It's going to happen. I mean, I'm going to definitely do that in that case.
Of course,
Other things too, maybe I'll do Kata Elite as well. It's just a matter of really making them feel like stars.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. Because, it's hard, Kyokushin. I did years and years and years competing. It's like training. And then you go there, you're not fighting one fight. You're fighting 2, 3, 4, 5, And, show them what you did so they can talk about it. So, the interview you did yesterday with the guy was amazing. You saw he was all sweaty, it was hard, he got hit, he explained it, he's happy he won his fight, I like that a lot. That's really good.
Amazing. So, obviously, before you came here, it's such a small world, Justin. You want to say why? This is a funny story.
Oh, yeah. So we got a nice mutual friend, Joey Suissa. Yeah, so Joey, big shout out to you, my brother.
Big shout out to my childhood friend.
Yes, I love you, Joe. So I met Joe a while back, and I was training his sister for a while.
Yeah.
And, great guy, great family. And then we connected on Instagram, and you guys grew up together. And I know Joey loves you, says always good things about you. And you gave a good story before, so
I'm going to say it again.
The world works. Maybe we'll get Joey in Kyokushin one day. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He'd be very good.
He would be good. He's good.
He's a very good fighter.
He would, yeah.
So anyway, Joey, I grew up with him. My dad, rest in peace to my late father, and his father, Rafi, great man. They're both two great men.
Great.
Joey always kind of was the popular one.
Of course,
he always loved me.
Good looking guy, Joey. We love you, Joe. Good looking guy, Joe.
So he always he always looked out for me. Him and Rachel, they always liked me. I was a bit of an awkward kid before I found myself, because so when I was obviously we grew because from the Jewish community, and it's like when I went to Israel on an Israel trip back in the day. Joey was on his trip with Yachad, and Joey might not remember this, but I remember it. I'll never ever forget. So one day when we were at the same hotel hostel, it was on Shabbat. and it was on Friday.
Yeah.
So obviously Joey is Sephardic, which means they're from Morocco, Tunisia, some from Algeria, and whatnot. So their traditions are different from my mom's side, which is Ashkenazi, as you know. So you know there's a bit of a difference.
Of course,
there.
Yeah, I got a lot of Jewish friends, and my partner's Jewish also in my business. So that's it. Yeah.
I'm a Jewish friend too.
Yeah, I'm a Jewish friend too. The Italians and the Jews, they sit together.
We have a lot of traditions to stay
of course.
Anyways, so one of the guys was like, "Oh, you should come pray, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah.
And then he got a bit aggressive, and he was like, "Why? What are you doing here? Then are you even Jewish?" And then Joey caught wind. He's like, "Hey." He goes, "Bro."
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who his brother is?
Oh, yeah.
And the guy's like, Saki. And then Joey whispers, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, bro. Please don't tell your." I was like,
"Oh, yeah."
I didn't know my brother was some sort of stepbrother. Shout out to my amazing stepmom, Diane. She's going to probably watch this, and she's going to be like, "Why did you say this?"
Oh, yeah.
She'll laugh. But anyway, so my stepbrother was like kind of like, I guess according to some of the Moroccan Jews, some kind of, I guess, legend for what he did. Because, he went, he played basketball in the Maccabi games. He's a very good player. He also, served in the army.
Yeah, of course.
So that was, a big thing, So when they found out who that was, it was kind of like, they always saw me. Hey, how are you?
Of course,
Hey, how's your brother, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
How are you doing, too? And I was like, oh, my God. I was like, I didn't know. So I really thank you. So Joey Suisa, thank you for that time in 2007. I'll never forget it, because you basically, through you, because I knew you when we grew up and that connection we have, you basically kind of saved me for some ostracization or being picked on by them. But you know what? At the end of the day, Joey's a great guy, so is his sister. They come from a very good family.
Good.
And honestly, as I said, I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, good.
And as I said, I had to bring that story up because it's one of the, it's one of the most. I mean, Joey's also invited me to always hang out with him back in the day.
Of course, a good guy.
After my dad passed away, I was like, Joey, what's up? He goes, hey, bro, what are you doing? Come down, see. And Joey's always been good to me. I have nothing but respect for him.
Good. Shout out to Joey. We love you, man.
I love you, man. So
good guy, Joe.
This podcast is, if I have something nice to say, I gotta share.
Exactly.
I think we gotta put a lot of good in this world.
Of course,
There's enough negativity and all that. We gotta be positive.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So that's why I gotta share these kind of stories. Because yes, I'm a podcaster. Yes, I do what I do. But I'm also, but I didn't start doing karate until I was 24.
Yeah.
So I've been new. I'm kind of only new to this game.
Exactly. Yeah, and you're good, man. You're bringing something good to communities. So that's what we love.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
So obviously you couldn't be at the Gold Cup. I know I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
But what's going on now? You're at Russo Dojo.
Yeah. So now I'm always at Russo Dojo. It's been my Russo Dojo is my home. Sensei Russo, I love you. He's like, he's a brother. I've been there 25 years since day one. I'm there, Mondays, Thursdays. The dojo's going great. We're building. We had a big Nidan test. Shout out to Rachel Ohana, Senpai Rachel Ohana. She's one of my best friends, karate sister. So she passed her Nidan 2 weeks ago. So that was big. And Big Sergey, the Russian bear. So we had that. We're focused on that. And then that's it. We had Rene Cruz. Some of the guys come in a few days ago. So Shan Rene Cruz, shout out to you, my brother from New York. Guys came down last week. We did a big sparring.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so we did a nice sparring.
Speaking of that, Renee Cruz, I want to just give a huge shout out. Yo, Shan Renee, I want to thank you for the time you came in November with Jonathan Cruz, your son, who was like, yes, you brought him down so Mo and Manny and Justin can help out.
Exactly.
But in the end, Shan Renee, you kind of helped Mo to prepare quietly.
Exactly.
So I got to say thank you. So next time you're in town, Shan Renee Cruz, hit me up and I'll take you for some poutine, or we're gonna have a debate over who makes the better bagels, New York or Montreal.
Exactly. So guys, if ever you're in New York, Rochester, New York, check out my brother Shian Rene at Muteki Kyokushin Karate. He's amazing. And like I said, he came down in November with his son. His son fought in Costa Rica and did
How did
amazing.
that go?
He did amazing. He won. And we trained with Mo and Manny, and we sparred. We must have been 30 rounds, round after round after round. So like I said, they're great guys. And shout out to my brother Manny, Sensei Manny from LaSalle Dojo, who's Manny's like my brother from another mother. He's Spanish, I'm Italian, but we're brothers. We live in Vaudreuil. We train secretly together, quietly together, and honestly, big shout out to Manny. I love you, bro. sick fighter, and we became like brothers. So it's amazing.
I love Manny, man. He's such a good guy.
Manny's best.
My friend did very well yesterday.
Of course, yeah, good.
He's an amazing father, and he's at an amazing dojo too. I got to shout out Kyokushin LaSalle.
Of course, yeah.
They're an amazing group of Sensei Dan Coyle.
Of course.
I love Dan. Dan's got that, like, he's kind of like another version of Shian Pierre, because they're both short.
Exactly, they're short. The hyper energy.
They
have the energy.
I love him, man. So Sensei Dan welcomed me to his dojo one time.
Of course. Dan Cole is a good friend of mine, great guy, and they're with LaSalle Dojo. So Dan, and then there's Manny's brother, Carlos, who Carlos was a good friend. We met maybe 15 years ago at a tournament, and we trained together in LaSalle every Sunday for 5 years. We called this Sunday Fun Day.
Yeah, tell me more about those days, because even like we had faces like, Benoit Poirier, I guess Mohammed.
Yeah, of course. So big shout out to Benoit Poirier. So Benoit is probably, I guess I would say, the best Kyokushin, one of the best Kyokushin fighters in Canada. He's an absolute legend. So, me, Ben, and a few of the fighters from, years and years ago, we started this thing on Sundays. So, so we called it Sunday Fun Day. And we would just get all the fighters from all the dojos. And sometimes on a Sunday, we'd have like 30, 40 guys, all the best of the best in dojos. Dojos coming from Quebec City, from downtown, from West Island, Montreal. And we just fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. So that's it. So big shout out to Ben, bro, for always helping me with that. Ben is a beast. I don't see him as much anymore. I wish I could, but, he lives far, I live far. But big shout out to Ben, bro. Always my brother, and definitely one of the best in Canada, and one of the best in the world, to be honest, So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely. And it's nice to see, like, how everyone just, like, comes together now. And I think, Manny's invited me for Sunday Fun Day.
Of course, yeah.
I'm hoping there's some in the summertime, because, because I was, like,
But you know what, now, Sensei Frank, back to Sensei Frank and Maskush. I see you kind of took over that training, bring all dojos together. So, big shout out to Sensei Frank. I like that, I want to try to get there to Maskush. It's far from Bourgeois to Maskush. It's about an hour and a half drive, but I'm going to pick up Manny, and we're going to make it. We're going to come. That's it. Yeah.
He's invited me to. I'd love to come.
Course,
not just to train, but, just like kind of like make some
he's amazing.
It's just to show, because, as I said, like, I really, like, to the Kyokushin community, yes, everyone thanks me, but guys, listen, the show doesn't happen without the supporters.
Exactly.
Every single person, whether you followed, whether you shared it, whether you liked it, whether you come up to me, that means the most to me.
Of course, exactly. So another big thing I'm doing now is Jonathan DiBella. So Jonathan DiBella is the world champion in one championships, strawweight. He's for me, he's the best kickboxer, I would say, in the world. I'm helping him as one of the coaches and helping on the team and stuff. And I've known Jonathan since he was a kid. Probably 15, 20 years. Watch him grow up, and there was nobody like Jonathan DiBella. This guy is focused. It's kickboxing. What I love is he started in Kyokushin. Shout out to his father, Angelo DiBella, who's got a big dojo now. DiBella Karate, DiBella Kickboxing. So I get goosebumps just talking about them. The father was a world champion, and now Jonathan's a world champion. And I'm really deep in the training camp, and I've been with them for a few months. We've been training probably, twice a week for the last 5 months. Drilling. And Jonathan's got a big fight in Thailand. We leave next Friday, actually. And we're going to be gone for a few weeks. And he's fighting Prajin Chai, who's, I can tell you what color underwear Prajin's wearing. I've been watching every movie he makes, everything he does. So we have a really big fight. It's Jonathan's biggest test, but he's so ready, man. He trains twice a day, every day, since he can walk. And Jonathan, I love you, man. You're like my little brother. And we go together. We go to war together, man. I'm with you, by your side. And I get goosebumps and teary-eyed talking about it, because it's like, I can't wait. So stay tuned. April 5th in Thailand, Lumpini Stadium, which is like the Madison Square Garden of Thailand. So Jonathan's fighting Prajin Chai for the Prajin Chai is the Muay Thai world champion. He's coming to kickboxing to fight Jonathan, who's the kickboxing world champion. It's going to collide. It's going to be a crazy fight.
Under 1FC or?
It's under 1FC, yeah. Okay. So 1 championships, and John's going to do great, man. He's top shape. There's nobody that trains like him. 2 or 3 times a day, boxing, kickboxing, strength conditioning, eats properly. So, and don't forget to get your DiBella Espresso. If you like coffee, Jonathan started his DiBella Espresso line. So, the best coffee in town. So, Jonathan, I love you, bro. Sensei Angelo, DiBella, I love you guys. And Thailand, here we come. Let's do it.
Amazing. Yeah. I mean, last time you went to Asia with them, last time too, even. Yeah. You met like Rich Franklin. What was that?
Yeah, so I met like Rich Franklin. So that's it. So Rich Franklin is a legend in UFC. Everybody knows Ace. Ace Ventura, Rich Franklin. I love this guy. So I'm sitting in the hotel room, and he's sitting right there. So I'm like, hey, that's Rich Franklin. He's like, hey, what's up? So David Lazo, shout out to Dave Lazo. Dave Lazo is one of my best friends. You know, we grew up together, and he's a big UFC vet. I mean, you know, you talk about Georges St. Pierre, Pat Cote, but Dave Lazo really brought, you know, UFC in Montreal to UFC and Canada to UFC. So Dave obviously fought Rich Franklin in UFC. So Rich Franklin's there. I go, hey Rich, so we start talking. I know Dave goes, oh yeah, Dave's a great guy, and he's working with one championship. So we had an hour talk. We had a coffee. We ate, and we spoke UFC, spoke one championship. So that was an amazing experience. Now we're friends on Instagram. We talk, and he knows I'm coming next week. So it's gonna be good to catch up. You make like you're talking to a legend, right? So
yeah.
It was amazing. Good. He became a friend.
It's amazing. That's the thing. Like it's crazy. Like how like many people you can meet in this.
Of course, yeah.
And I mean, you must have met like when you were there, did you see Roberto Soldich while you were there?
Yeah, I met him. I went Surban training camp. I met Surban. I met Mike Musamechi. You know Mikey.
Yeah.
So Mikey, Jiu-Jitsu legend, Mikey Musamechi. Big shout out to Musamechi. Wow, man, Jiu-Jitsu legend. We hung out for a few daes and hanging out, talking. He showed me some Jiu-Jitsu. The guy's absolutely amazing. What a gentleman. Best in the world. So it was good to hang out with him. You know, I met Herb Dean, big Herb Dean, the ref Herb Dean. He's there. We're talking. So it was a great experience, and we're going back next week, do some damage there. You know, that's it. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah. So, you know, obviously, you know, so Jonathan now is like, you know, he's fighting in one.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, he's signed to them. But is there a chance like you could maybe go back if Glory gets there? It gets whatever going on with Glory. Do you think there's a chance you could go back to?
Yeah,
Glory?
maybe go back. You know,
or would you go to K1 that's had a really good rebrand?
Yeah. So K1's got a big good rebrand. Glory is good too. I mean, you know, Jonathan signed with one, you know, he's doing great in one. We're going like one fight at a time, like we spoke about earlier. Yeah. So it's one fight at a time. So let's get Prajit signed, we win, and then we'll work from there. But that's right now the only focus is we have our team, and it's just Prajit signed. That's it.
Yeah. So obviously you also said too before that, you know, take it back. You said there was a big black belt test at Russo's dojo.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, congrats to like Senpai Rachel, Hana,
of course,
and Big Sergey. What's rank is Sergey?
Yeah, Sergey's in that second dan now. There's Pitbull who got his first. And, you know, Rachel, like I said, again, she's one of my best friends. You know, here you are. She's a wife, a mother of two. You know, she works 50, 60-hour weeks in the diamond business. But she came, you know, every day to dojo training. We were training at 6 in the morning, training at 10 at night, twice a day. She got ready and she did, you know, 30 fights, no con for her mother watching, her mother-in-law watching, you know, people watching. And, you know, you're talking about a woman, you know, 40 years old and getting beat round after round after round, and she stood tall. So a big shout out to her, you know. And
yeah. She's amazing. I pitched this one idea to Rachel. I was like, hey, I have an idea.
Yeah.
She goes, what's the idea?
She's Jewish too, so why not?
This is the idea. I said, like, why don't you invite me, Justin Moe, for Shabbat dinner one day?
Exactly.
And we'll bring food around. We'll have like our own little
of course,
Shabbat. Yeah. And I'm still waiting, Rachel. I want this idea to happen. We got a show. We're all united. We're all one. Kyokushin. Doesn't matter our religion.
Exactly. Rachel, we're doing Shabbat. Your house Friday night. Rachel Ohana.
Poor Rachel. Hang on. No.
Yeah, we're doing it.
We're doing it. We got to make it happen. We got to show you united. Exactly. And yeah, no, but she's a great, but no, yeah, it's amazing. You said, like, you know, she really hustles.
Yeah, hustles. You know, it's hard. You wake up, you get the kids ready. Then you go to the gym, you train. Yeah. Then you go work a 10-hour shift. Then you go home, and husband, the dinner, and then you come to the dojo at night, train. So what she did, but I was with her by her side. We trained 3-4 months every day, twice a day, and she did it, man. So big shout out to Rachel. I love you, sis, and good job. You know, of course.
Yeah, no. So obviously now, you're. I mean, would you say you're gonna compete again, or do you feel?
I don't know. I get asked all the time. You know, I did so much of that. You know, I'm doing jiu-jitsu too. I'm doing a lot of. I started back jiu-jitsu at Renzo Gracie in El Bazard. So my professor is Glenn McKenzie. So I went back this week and I'm doing a lot of that. Maybe, you know, shout out to Glenn, Professor Glenn, Renzo Gracie, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in El Bazard. Definitely check them out. I love you, Glenn. And so that's it. So I'm there, I'm doing that, and I'm coaching a lot, kickboxing, boxing, teaching. I have my website. Shout out to my wife, Melissa, my beautiful wife, Melissa, with our dance school. You know, MJ Dance Company. We have like 400 students, so I'm doing that. You know, so I'm working 3-4 jobs. I got a family. I'm training twice a day. I'm teaching. I sleep maybe an hour a week. I don't know. That's it. So a lot going on, man. But yeah, maybe I'll compete again. I did 20 years of competing in 5 different martial arts. Win, lose, learn. But you know, I'm training a lot. I'm at G1 Boxing in Vaudreuil. So shout out to Edwin in G1 Boxing. I'm there a lot. And of course, Grand Brothers Boxing. So, you know, I like to move around, right?
Yeah. Exactly. That's awesome, man. You know, obviously, So the Gold Cup, I mean, so I have to ask, so back in the day, Gold Cup was interesting because I found out from Sandro, shout out to Sandro Ferrante.
Yeah, Sandro Ferrante, shout out bro, Sandro, my brother, doing amazing.
Sandro told me, and maybe you can confirm this, so back in the day, the old Gold Cup was interesting because the way the Ohans were doing it was they bring Kyokushin, but then they get a start from kickboxing and Muay Thai to fight Kyokushin.
Yeah, exactly.
They were making it like the old Japan days.
Yeah, so you had like my buddy Reno Belcastro. Shout out to Reno Belcastro. He's back in Windsor, Ontario. He's got a lot of UFC fighters. He's with like Mark Hominick, Malcolm Gordon. What's his name? Sam Stout, all the UFC guys. Yeah. So like Reno Belcastro 20 years ago came and did a super fight against Michael Zimmerman. So Michael Zimmerman, big shout out to you, is a legend of my brother in Kyokushin. So they would do a super fight, so Kyokushin rules, so that was really cool. I did one of those against Arthur Ramsey from Matey's Dojo, so shout out to Arthur. We became brothers, he came to my wedding, I went to his wedding, and we fought 20 years ago. We did a fight like that at the Ring Wars, so I like that. You get like the kickboxing guys to fight the Kyokushin guys, and then Rene Cruz started where the Kyokushin guys were going to kickboxing, so I did one of those. So now we're fighting 3 rounds Kyokushin. You go back to the dressing room, you get undressed, put your things on, then put your gloves on, and then you fight kickboxing. So I did a lot of those, so that's good to see. So the Ohan started that, and Rene Cruz brought it back, and it was good.
What was Ring Wars like? Because apparently Ring Wars was like, I mean, we don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm hopeful that there is going to be one soon. But I mean, there's obviously, I guess, to get to rent the place, get the permits. It's a lot of work to do these tournaments. But what was Ring Wars like?
Ring Wars is amazing. So Rene Cruz, again, shout out to you. He wanted to bring the K1 to Kyokushin. So I did the first Ring Wars back in 2007. So we're talking almost 20 years ago, right? So he brought like the K1 style. So Kyokushin in a ring, not a tournament, 1-match fight. But like, you walk to the ring, you have your music, you have the smoke. Honestly, like I have goosebumps just thinking about it. You really felt like you're in K1. You're fighting Kyokushin knockdown, but you're fighting in a ring, and you have that 1,000 people in the crowd. You have the music. You have it was amazing. He brought K1 to Kyokushin. Big money they put up. Good sponsors, but it was amazing. Like I fought that so many times. It was such an honor to fight there. Amazing,
I've heard only great stories, and I'm really hopeful it'll be really good for him to bring it back. It's just that it's hard, man, because everyone's like doesn't really. It's like it's different now. Not everyone's competing. There's all these other arts and all that.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I'm hopeful, man. I think honestly, like we're in like a renaissance. I think like some would say, some could say it's a down period.
Yeah.
I think it's a coming to crossroads period.
Of course, yeah.
But how Kyokushin modernizes is up to us.
Exactly.
It's up to me. Well, not to me. It's up to us as a whole.
Course, yeah.
Where do we take it? Do we keep it in the tradition only, or is there a way where we can? Yes, we keep the traditions, but are we able to modernize and show the world like, hey, we're here too. If you're looking for a good stand-up,
exactly.
There's not just Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing. There's us. If you really want to get that structure,
exactly.
But we got to find a way to put the modernity on.
Of course, exactly. I understand. Yeah, Kyokushin is honestly the best. For me, I've done all the martial arts. It's the strongest karate. What I like is you mix your Kyokushin with some boxing. That brings your Dutch kickboxing and stuff, and it hardens your body. And I love Kyokushin, man. It's really, really hard, man. It's amazing,
It's honestly just nuts, like, how tight the community is. And, I think we have one of the best communities ever. And I realized that at the Gold Cup, as I said, to every single person. I know there's some that I couldn't see, some wanted to see me. Because I was all over the place. Because I had to make sure I'm taking photos.
Of course. I
was like Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, of course.
I had a royalty. But to everyone that I saw, I just want to say thank you for coming up to me. I'm really happy if you took 1 minute, 2 minutes to watch my show. Yeah. You like my posts, you share them. It means a lot to me because listen, I'm still kind of coming to grips with the fact that now I kind of have that I feel like I'm not. I think maybe some would say you're doing great. I don't want to get too high here, but it's hard for me to kind of accept that status because to be someone that was always back in before I did martial arts, of course, down, always excluded, or not to being like ostracized, to now being like someone that brings value and then kind of inspiration. It's hard sometimes for me to grapple with.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's why it's important that I see my therapist, because I never want to get too ahead of myself.
Exactly.
Because life has a way of bringing you right back down.
Exactly.
So I need to find a way to always be in the middle.
Of course,
try to be. I'm an average person, Justin, but as I said, it's a struggle sometimes.
Of course, I understand. That's why, I started that website and I work with doctors and therapists daily, so it's good. Make sure you see a therapist, and they'll help you, and stick doing that, you know. And martial arts, like I said, martial arts is therapy also. Training is therapy. You know, you go to the gym, you train, you lift weights, which is important. You do yoga, you go train, you go for a run, boxing. Like me, I don't know, I train twice a day, every day, 7 days a week all my life. My brother, same thing. It's just, it's therapy, you know. So you have your therapist, you have your martial arts therapy, your training therapy, and, you know, stay focused, you'll be all right, you know. It's good. Yeah. Health is wealth, right? So health is definitely wealth.
If you don't have health, you don't have anything else.
Exactly.
Like, you can make all the money in the world, you can have all the money in the bank, but if you don't have anything in here, or like your physical health,
of course.
you're just not going to be happy. I'm telling you. Like, look, I was 250 pounds last year this time.
Exactly.
And now I'm down to 200.
Good for you. Good for you. Nice.
The goal is to get to 201 and then 190.
Exactly.
And if I get down to, let's say, maybe in the late 180s,
of
but I feel I'm most comfortable between 190 to 201 pounds.
Good for you. Good. You look good, man. You're tall, you look good, you're a good-looking guy. Who cares? Hey, that's it. Yeah.
I think the glasses have helped me.
The glasses help. You got that Clark Kent look. Hey, that's it. Yeah.
Don't call me Clark Kent. I'm not your Superman. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not a superhero, but I appreciate it. It does like.
Yeah, I like the guys. Sophisticated. Look, you know, looks good. It's all for the women, eh? That's it.
Who knows? I mean, you know, that's what it is. But hey, listen, man, Justin, I really want to thank you for coming on.
Yeah, of course.
Where can people connect with you if they want to see your platform?
Yeah, so you want to see my platform, Justin Mancini on Instagram. You can see my, you know, my martial arts. You can see my website. You know, my wife's dance school. Always got stuff going on. I'll be leaving to Thailand next week. I'll be there for 2 weeks. I'll be posting every day and our whole journey in Thailand with Jonathan DiBella. You know, make sure you follow Jonathan DiBella. Jonathan DiBella is the world strawweight kickboxing champion, and we're going to be leaving for Thailand, and you can follow him, his page, and that's it, man. We'll connect, and like I said, I always got stuff going on. I got 2 kids, you know, they're dancing professionally now, ballet, hip-hop, so a lot of stuff going on there. So that's it. We just keep going 7 days a week, man, you know. Thanks for having me, Drew. I love you, brother. We're brothers, and let's do it again, man, you know?
Yeah, always,
that's
man.
it. I love you, man.
Thank you so
much.
The next plan is to get Justin and Jonathan DiBella all together. It's going to happen. We're just going to wait until Thailand.
100%. We'll get after Thailand, let's win, let's come back, and then we'll get Jonathan on the Drewsperience.
And if you like this content, make sure to like, share, follow, subscribe button to the Drewsperience. We're on all platforms. Guys, I'm about like 15 followers away from 1,000 on Instagram. Please, if I'm asking, I'd love to hit 1,000 because I did it organically. It's all thanks to you guys who helped share the show. Also, thank you to the 400 subscribers. I finally hit 400.
Yes, good for you, brother.
So good.
We're
going slowly. Yeah, it's nice to get a lot, but look, guys, thank you so much. So I want to say I'm really glad I could do this with you, Justin.
Of course,
again. The interview was great. And make sure to like, share, subscribe button, you know, because we're going to grow Kyokushin. It's not me that grows it. We all help each other.
We grow it all together. Check me out, Justin Mancini, Instagram, and we'll get it good.
Yes, sir.
Us. Yes.